You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
The secret, though, is that they have not been very good against the pass. And are you who is tasked with that for you? Which quarterback is it? And that may be how you have to beat these guys. So that is just something to file away as I look at my. I think let me get to it here, and just so I tell you straight up, because I want to make sure that they are 75th in the country, giving up as far as what they give up in passing yards. So I don't know.
Okay. I will say you don't say to that as well. Possibly porous up front offensively. Could we get to the QB? And right for the picking with some skill position talent elsewhere through the air? Reggie Virgil, Caleb Douglas, Terrence Carter and company. Jacoby Williams, let me put him in that. Cameron Dick, all of them in that. I'll say you don't say. And I'd also just like to say, Chris, before we finish it with some thought on specialists, I appreciate what Coach McGuire had to say there in the middle, just offhandedly, as it relates to Texas Tech is not Ohio State or Georgia. He said, we're Texas Tech, and we're proud of it. If you are new to this experience, you got to understand something. Over the years, we have only been hammered and had emphasized to us what we are not, courtesy of some of the richest pricks in the nation in Austin or College Station. And that has, I think, really ingrained a thought in most or almost all Red Raiders. We don't care. We're not in the club. We don't want to be in the club. We want to set fire to the club. There is none of your criteria we want to resemble. Thank you, Coach, for saying that.
And I've seen, like you have, I've seen a lot of the commentary. There's been pictures of the setting of fire, of pyro and the smoke, and you have the drone show going on. And I've seen a lot of the commentary like, this is what happens when you let some redneck win the lottery and they just whatever, right?
You damn right.
The people that have given to this cause are very brilliant, smart, intelligent people that have been wildly successful. A guy that we haven't mentioned his name a ton on these shows as part of, he was the one ringing the bell before the game. He was featured in the helicopter in the video about the logo change, Mr. Wallace, and he is a big part of what you're doing here, and the John Sellerses and the Cody Campbells and the Dusty Wombles and the Gary Petersons, and there's a long list here of very brilliant, intelligent folks. This isn't, I know that everybody's trying to be funny. This isn't somebody that just won the lottery and all these things. This is and you know what? Next time you get a night game, you might try to outdo that little pyro smoke drone display. This isn't going anywhere either.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it was only, a 25-point win? Can we work it up to 50 or so next time around?
That's right. No, you're here. Yeah, you're here and you're not going anywhere. So, and if you could do a drone show and do the pyro and set some stuff on fire in your arena when basketball season rolls around, you'd do that too.
Noted. Filing that away. All right. Before we get out of here, Chris, I've got to pause for this cause. Specialists always tipping the cap to the other side of the oblong ball, and that's the special teams game. Hidden yards, hidden points, hidden advantage. It's always here for the taking for somebody, and I like that it seems like Texas Tech is doing some things so far this year, Chris, that are heading in the direction of what I feel like it looks like for a team that takes advantage of every situation and every possible phase of the game. A couple of different things within this category, though. I know we spent a lot of time talking about the kicking competition or whatever it is. the kicking game, the leg room, they're busy again and again, turning in some successful results. We've also seen something happen, and I'm going to credit this to more of your inspirational tactics. We've also seen something happen interesting with the punt return position where Coy Aiken has decided to just return everything for big gains. And I also would like to maybe pause for a moment to discuss efforts further when it comes to blocking the opposition's punts. Gotten home a few times this year, close again a few times Saturday. I want to pat Kenny Perry on the back for just a minute because I feel like his group is really impacting games week in and week out for the better. First, today's episode brought to you by Prize Picks, the daily fantasy app where making the right call can actually pay off. We all make decisions every day, but on Prize Picks, being right means cashing in. And with football back, Prize Picks is the simplest and fastest way to get in on the action. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player projections, and you can turn your takes into real prizes, all in less than 60 seconds. You're going to love how easy and simple it is to use. And of course, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. Download the Prize Picks app today and use our code LOCKEDONCollege to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code LOCKEDONCollege to get $50 in lineups after your first $5 play. With Prize Picks, run your game.
How about the 2-point conversion?
That as well. Thank you for reminding me.
Sneaky.
Yep.
Hidden
points, hidden yards, right?
Yes. There is a direct correlation into, and Kenny would tell you this too, there's a direct correlation into what they are able to do right now and how good they can be because of the depth on this football team. All of the added depth, because you've got guys standing over there that are really good and have been good that are just not getting a lot of run. So where can they show up? Where can they let it all out? And it's in brief spurts, because I mean, think about who's almost gotten some of those punts. AJ McCarty, Amir Boyd, and then like MHP, Michael Harrison Pilot, he's just one of those young developmental guys. But this is where your John Carlos Miller with the 2-point conversion. He hasn't like done a ton yet on offense, but I just think it speaks to what they've put together and the added depth here, and that really shows up in special teams. Kenny does a phenomenal job. I mean, I think it's funny because I think people don't understand this life sometimes. Like last week when Kenny met with the media, it was the same day that you had some stuff come out the night before, and then you had some stuff come out the morning of with the brand change, the double T thing. Okay. And it was all over everywhere, right? You couldn't not see it. So Kenny gets up there to the media and he gets asked a question about it. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, we got some new decal or something. He's like looking around like, somebody fill me in. He had no clue. He's like, I've got my head. I've been buried in my cave looking at Kansas special teams. You just assume that we see all these things and all this stuff, that these guys are not like locked up watching with the light off. They are grinding away at it. I mean, you couldn't have if you're associated with Texas Tech, you'd almost have to look hard to not know about what happened with the logo change and the branding thing and all that stuff. He had zero clue. A point
Wait. Are we buying this? We're buying this
1,000%, because he came up to me after it was over, and he's like, that's what he said. He's like, dude, we got some new decal or something. He's like, nobody tells me this stuff.
Got some new decals, boys.
And I thought, because he wouldn't have. That's not how he's rolling. But I just point was the time that he spent with the film on and trying to figure out this and that, it clearly worked. But these guys are all grinding away at it, but I appreciate you bringing up Kenny. But he would tell you we got a lot of good depth here, and the fact that Coy is starting to make some plays, because it's been back-to-back weeks now, and I mean Joey McGuire even mentioned Hey, Tristan Gentry. So where does this sit here? Maybe he might get Wally pipped.
Yeah, he brought that up. I thought that was interesting.
Yep.
And I would just like to. Can I add one more thing before we wrap her up?
Sure.
20, 30-yard return. Sure, that's great against Kansas, but bet Coy won't take it to the house. Anything else you'd like to include? We need to cast aspersion on anybody or doubt anybody just to do our part to get a win.
You're giving Joey all the fodder he needs, man. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Tired of all these national guys being the only ones that are doubting.
You can't win by 24 again, ever.
No.
You certainly can't do it in Tempe, Arizona. No shot. None.
We are coachable.
Yeah, that's right. Just doing our part.
No, it really, I mean, look, you can have some good special teams impact, like, hey, maybe it's a great kicker, great punter, or we've got this returner or whatever, but it's almost from all angles that the special teams unit is making a positive impact. I hope I have jinxed nothing. I'll go ahead and knock on every piece of wood I can reach, but so far, so good. Chris, appreciate your time as always, man. So far, so good this week. Hope everybody out there had a chance to catch up on our on the fly hoops episode, because we got a top 10 preseason ranking dropping in. So hopefully, if you haven't, you'll check that out on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts. It's about to become frenzied. I know you know that, Chris, but we're ready for it, man. So stick with us and get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss a thing. Chris, appreciate you, man. We'll see you for the next one.
Yeah, man, I'm studying up on Arizona State, obviously, but then I've got Lindenwood off into the distance there. That's the home opener for hoops in I think November the 4th or 5th or whatever. So yeah, that's just when my wires get crossed and our pets' heads start falling off. But it's a fun time, man. Enjoy it, because it is a special time to be a Red Raider right now. So we are happy to be on the ride with everybody else.
You think he's not dedicated? Lindenwood on the mind months in advance? That's insanity, unless you are Chris Level. Thank you for doing what you do, Chris. And thank you, everybody, for being out there. Once again, get subscribed on YouTube, anywhere you get podcasts, so you never miss an episode. And, of course, a big tip of the cap to the everydayers for always riding along. And the Matador Mob. Hit our show notes and find a link to a free 14-day trial if you're interested in joining that crew. That's your direct line to Chris and myself with one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. For Chris, I'm Casey. Thanks as always for the time. We hope to see you back for the next round on Locked On Texas Tech.